diva. But when you're good, it's not bragging. And elite wide receivers and the confidence they exude often permeates an entire team, and we're going to see a couple of examples of that in this one. Welcome, everyone, to the home of the Auburn Tigers, Jordan-Hare Stadium. As we'll see the number 24 team in the country, the Louisville Cardinals, taking on the 7th-ranked team in the land, the Auburn Tigers. For EA Sports College Football, Reese Davis with you alongside David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. And guys, can't wait to get this one started. Auburn will kick it off to get things started. He'll bring it out. It's Golden. Stopped at the 17, and he's probably second-guessing that return. This is what we expected. This crowd ready to make its presence known. Looking for a physical attack from the gun. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage. And the Cardinals want to crank the tempo. Deep in the season, that crisp air all around you, and this feels like a must-win game, guys.
This is a game that will impact the college football playoff. It'll have conference championship implications, and it'll have bowl game implications as well. David, so much riding on the line this week.
And you can feel it, man. You can feel the energy. The players this week, they were on high. Like, you could tell they were ready for the challenge. This is going to be an absolute showdown.
Really good job to pick up a chunk of yardage and get it out to the 39-yard line. Looking to throw, it's Moss. Fires to the wideout. Got it in the middle, it's Lacey. Boy, did he look as if he was going to go. Gets it down to the 37. Let's talk a minute about Louisville's new quarterback, Miller Moss. Last year, started 9 games at his childhood favorite, USC, before being replaced by Jaden Mayava. Now with the Bill, he fills a void and brings a gunslinger mentality, Jesse.
He has that gunslinger mentality. When it's going good, it's normally going really, really good, but he has to be able to avoid the mistakes. And let's not forget, he's got some pretty big shoes to fill, too. Tyler Shuck did some really good things for Louisville's offense this season.
There he goes. Now he's got it all the way down to the 21-yard line, and they are threatening on first down. Looking downfield on first down. Firing to the right, complete. They get him down, but this offense is set up first and goal from the 9.
And this offense is just so dynamic because they've got playmakers at all the skill positions, right? We just saw a big play in the running game. Now we see one in the passing game. There's not one dude.
Touchdown Cardinals. Made the grab and then did the rest himself, and they put points on the board.
I really like that drive for this offense. Putting last week behind them, putting a drive together, showing some explosiveness. This offense really put last week behind them. The poor performance last week, starting off with a bang here today.
You don't see this very often, an early onside kick when you have the lead. And in that scramble, they're going to come out of there with the football, and they get the onside kick and take possession right back. Louisville has it back in the offense, coming out ready to attack. Already a solid start to this one, now back to work with this 7-0 lead. And he can't connect on the throw, it's incomplete. Backed up now, here's second and long. From the gun, they'll try to impose their will. Pass the sticks and still on his feet. They'll stop him at the 41, but he's got 10 yards, and they'll move the chains. It's first and 10. They've moved it to the 41. Back to throw. It's Moss. Here's a hit. Incomplete. Looked as if he had his man, but just a misfire from this senior.
I don't know about the decision that time by the quarterback. He may have been expecting man coverage, but that time the defense was in zone, and they did a really nice job closing the window. The intended target was not open, and that's why that one fell incomplete.
Brought down at the 20-yard line after ripping off the big play.
And that's why this guy is such a weapon in this offense, because you don't have to throw it far downfield. Just get the ball in his hands. He catches it close to the line of scrimmage, but look what he was able to do after the catch. He gets an explosive play for this offense.
And how about the work up front by that big defensive line?
Just nothing doing on that last run, and they knew coming into this one they were going to be challenged, right? This is one of the best defenses in all of college football. For them to have any shot, they're going to have to do a lot better running the football.
Didn't pick up a lot there, moved it forward just a few. The Cardinals come to the line in the hurry up. On 3rd and long, try to convert through the air. And he's going to score. Touchdown, Cardinals!
And it's now the second time this wide receiver has scored. Another outstanding job with the route. Great job securing the catch.
And the extra point makes it 14-0. That last drive covered 52 yards on their way to the score. And they close the deal with a 16-yard throw for the touchdown. Fielded in the end zone, it's Kane. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. From the gun, running back gets to give. That is a big win for this defense, as they were right there as soon as he got the ball.
I love when defensive backs come up and they are physical and they stick their face in the fan and they aren't scared. Talking to the defensive coordinator coming into this game, he knew his DBs had to tackle well. They had to get these running backs on the ground. Great start on this first drive.
He unleashes a long one. And it slips through his fingers, incomplete. That would have been a huge gain if he could have squeezed it.
Well, on defense, they know that this offense is going to try and take shots. They're going to try and keep their secondary players in a position to make these types of plays. Good job on the back end forcing that incompletion.
Not exactly the ideal situation for this offense. 3rd and long, backed up inside their 20. To the air, it's Knight. Fires to the right. Another incompletion on 3rd down. So on their first drive of the game, they're going to roll the dice a little bit and go for it on 4th down in their own territory. Auburn sends out the punting unit. First time we've seen their punt team this afternoon. Gets the first one of the day out of there. He ought to be fresh. They only used him twice in that victory last week. He was working his way on the return toward midfield. They'll stop him at the 46. First snap of this drive will come from the 46. Out of the gun, the running back has it. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage.
Man, not much wiggle room for the ball carrier there.
I'm not really sure what they can do to try to create some space.
I know. Block better. How about the offensive lineman push some guy backwards and make some holes?
Looking to fire. Got a man. It's Collins. Turning it on. Just carving up this defense and getting it down to the 24. This offense absolutely humming as they come to the line again. Wants to go up top on 1st down. Finds his big tight end. And he's able to shed one tackle and pick up pretty good yardage. And the Cardinals moving quickly to the line. From the gun, the running back has it. Headed to the end zone. And he'll race it to the house. Touchdown, Louisville!
This offense is looking ridiculous. 3 touchdowns now in the first quarter, doing whatever they...
Oh, they blocked the extra point. Quick work on that scoring drive, just 4 plays. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. He'll bring it out. It's Kane. Knocked down right at the 25, and I guess he breaks even, bringing it out of the end zone. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. Using his legs, it's Alston. Works ahead for a couple. They'll stop him at the 27.
The big fella in the middle, man. Those defensive tackles, they go such a long way in deciding and really stopping the other team's run game. Just forcing contact with those guards and those centers, owning the line of scrimmage, and getting running backs on the ground.
Back to throw, it's Knight. He fires a bullet to the right. And that one falls incomplete, trying to get a chunk play on that one.
I think for the quarterback, he's going to have to be so good with his eyes in this game. You're going up against one of the best defenses in the country. You've got to look guys off, especially when you're trying to throw to your primary target like he was on that last one.
Trying to move the sticks on third down through the air. They get to him as he throws.
Man, I love the catch radius on this guy. If you just put it somewhere near his body, he's going to be able to reel it in. That was a phenomenal job, showing you his athleticism and also his concentration, making that outstanding grab.
And after the tackle, we are headed to the end of the first quarter. That's the end of the quarter, and Louisville has the edge. They wanted to strike first and strike hard, and they've been able to do that here in the first quarter as we take a look at the stats. This could be a pivotal moment in this game as we open the second period and they try to find a way to answer. First play of the period will be a second down.
Here we go.
Off the play fake. Pocket breaking down. Can't make the connection. The pressure there caused the missed timing.
And the QB leaves the pocket and he scrambles out and he goes to his right. And I love how he keeps his eyes down the field, trying to make a play, trying to throw the football, but the relentless chase, I love it. Getting to the quarterback. He throws an inaccurate pass because he gets whacked as he throws the football. Nice job chasing by the defense.
And he found all kinds of room and got it down to the 28. And they just want to give this guy a chance to make a play on third down, and more times than not, he is going to deliver.
And he's so good, so efficient, such a good route runner, got the speed, got the complete game, so you definitely want to highlight him, and especially on those downs that matter the most. If something's not open quick underneath, find him, he'll make those contested catches.
Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Trying play action. Throws for the tight end. Got his man to the left. Gets out of bounds after the big game, but they've got it 1st and goal. Auburn lines up quickly. With the run on 1st and goal. He works his way all the way down to the 3, and the defense is reeling.
I like the decision there in the RPO game too, guys. I know he only got a couple of yards, but that play's going to open up bigger opportunities throwing the football down the field in the RPO game too. So keep handing it off to this guy. Let him see what he can do. And when the defense gives you the look to hold the football and then finally throw it, that's when you take advantage.
2nd and goal, and the defense was not fooled. It looked like they knew exactly when that guy came in motion across the formation. They said he's getting the football. They played uphill, get the tackle for a loss. And
touchdown, Auburn! Grab the short pass to put the 6 on the board.
And that's what I love about empty sets and formations on offense, is that when you spread the defense out, you create bigger lanes to throw into. You saw it right there.
And he added the extra point. They're ready to kick it away, and this crowd is buzzing after that last score. Coming out with it, it's Golden. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. Offense is headed back out on the field. They saw what happened on that last scoring drive, and now probably feeling a little bit to answer. Off the play fake on first down. The throw. And it's incomplete. If you're going to take a hit like that, you might as well hang on to the ball.
This defense has a lot of speed, especially in the secondary, and you saw that speed. That defender got to that receiver so quick, and because of the hit, incomplete pass.
So now it's 2nd and long. Got it behind the line. It's Mitchell. Still on his feet at the 35. They'll get it to the 48. No need to measure. It's a first down.
I feel like it's hard to forget to cover the big fella, the tight end, the man over the middle of the field most of the time. He comes wide open. I don't know if it was a busted coverage or whatever, but he makes a big play for this offense, and the defense better take note. We got to cover the tight end.
Good execution. They move the sticks, and they've got it at the 33.
And it's runs like that, man, where he just shows you a little bit of everything that is the reason why he's in the Heisman race. Like, this dude leads the nation in rushing for a reason. They hand him the football a lot. They trust him, and he continues to deliver and make big play after big play. This dude is an absolute superstar.
The Cardinals getting set on 1st and 10. Back to throw. It's Moss. Under fire. Incomplete, thanks to the great defensive pressure there that sort of threw them out of rhythm.
Well, the offensive line has got to give him at least a little bit of time to survey the field. He had no chance that time, getting hit almost immediately after he got the ball.
They'll spread the defense out, going 5 wide on 2nd and 10. Oh, they're after him. Missed his receiver there. It's incomplete.
All right, you got to be careful here if you're the quarterback, right? Back-to-back incompletions. You've had a nice drive. You're still in field goal range, though. Think about this. You cannot take a sack. That has got to be what the play caller is reminding his quarterback about in the headsets right now. If it's not there, throw this thing away because we've got a chance to at least get 3 points here.
That will be enough to move the chains and give them a first down in the red zone at the 14. Trying to cap this drive with the pass. Got his man on the right. Good throw and catch. Takes it down to the 5 as the offense tries to cash in.
And quarterback dropping back, understanding I'm getting zone coverage. All I got to do is be a little bit patient, manipulate that defense a little bit. My wide receiver runs that drag, and I get the first down.
They'll send the back in motion. Lost to throw again. And that defense gets to him, and down he goes at the 9.
Yeah, that's a great job. And listen, this quarterback's had success. He's already thrown for 2 touchdowns. We got to make him feel uncomfortable. This is still early in the game. Nice job by the defense, getting a hit on the quarterback and making him think a little bit.
Out of the shotgun, they go to the ground. They'll make the stop about a yard short of the first down. 4th down and 1, and they'll go for it. Down to 2 minutes before the half, and they'll take the timeout and see if they can add a little more before the break. It is loud in here as they try to help them get a stop on 4th down. Now the play fake. Finds him out of the backfield. Will not get there. A 4th down stop.
They decide to go for it. They decide to be aggressive, trying to throw the football down the field. Receiver, quarterback, not on the same page. No dice, turnover on downs.
Gonna run it. It's Cobb. That'll be a beneficial run as he creates some breathing room and gets it up to the 13-yard line.
Well, I know he was struggling to get going early in this game. That right there, though, was easily his best run so far. And this is one of the more talented running backs you're going to see in the entire nation. They need more runs like that to get this offense going if they're going to win this game.
He can't make the catch, and over the middle of the field, sometimes you hear those footsteps. It's 3rd down.
You're not going to see that happen too often. The quarterback, man, he was licking his chops. He saw a big space in the middle of the field. He had his best receiver there ready to make a play, and he dropped it.
Looking to throw, it's Knight. With the catch, it's Simmons. Coming out, attacking from deep in their own end, and they're out at the 26 with the first down.
It's a nice job running the in route there by the receiver. And the best thing he did after he made his break, he didn't trail and fade away. He actually attacked the football. That's a good lesson for young receivers out there watching.
On the direct snap, it's Singleton. Makes it past the marker. Breaks into the open. He's got the first down, and they did a brilliant job getting them out flanked with the Wildcat.
We got to give a lot of credit to the offensive line there. They were able to pave the way for a first down.
To the air on first down. Grabbed over the middle. It's Singleton. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the play. Let's see if it stands. A solid gain on that one, and it goes for naught as the penalty will back them up. That's not the way you'd like to start this set of downs. It's now 1st and 20. Use the play fake, now to throw. Unloads to the right. Good quickness to grab it off the deflection. They'll mark him down right there, but it is a big play, and they'll move the chains. How about the big tight end keeping his concentration off that deflection?
And a lot of times you see those contested catches, but the deflected catches, those are just good bounces. Nice job by the big fella continuing to concentrate and see the football, but a nice break for that thing to bounce right to him.
Looking to throw on first down. Looking to the big tight end. A strike downfield. And the catch and run into the end zone. Touchdown, Tiger.
That's exactly what this offense needed to do. You talk about answering at the right time, right before the half, close this gap, create some momentum, go into the half, put something together, try to come out with your hair on fire and win this second half.
And he made the extra point without problem. They got the late touchdown on the board, now about to kick it away and hoping the defense can keep them from answering. He wisely lets that one bounce through the back of the end zone, and they'll take over at the 25. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. Wants to throw. It's Moss. Fires to the middle. Finds a tight end. The clock will stop with this timeout from the offense. They'll get a chance to regroup on the sideline. And after that pitch and catch, he's already over 200 yards. We're in the first half, Jesse.
Man, Reese, he's dialed in right now. He's really doing...
Lets it fly. And they dialed up a shot play, but they couldn't make the connection.
Well, this defense was ready for go balls. Against this receiver and his speed, he's one of the fastest in the country. They knew this quarterback was going to try to take the top off the defense. That time they couldn't link up, but if you're on defense, just know they're going to try that play again.
Wants to fire on second down. He's not afraid to go deep. Brings it in down the left side. And he motors into the end zone. Touchdown, Cardinals.
And they trust their QB to execute like they have the whole first half, and he delivers, and they build on this lead and build their momentum going into halftime.
And with the extra point, they stretch the lead to 13. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead.
14.
From inside his own 15, looking for a crevice. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. Waning seconds of the first half. Let's see just how aggressive they'll be. Making side adjustments here. Wants to throw on first down. Bringing the heat. Able to get just a few before sliding to avoid the hits. We've got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. Just enough time to get off one final play of the half. looking to throw, it's Knight. Going over the top. He's got it down the left side. They finally get him stopped. Man, oh man, did he almost make a play to end this half, but stopped on a touchdown-saving tackle. That's the end of the second quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin and our halftime update. And the Cardinals will kick it off to start the second half. Fielded in the end zone. It's Kane. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. So here comes the Auburn offense. Down 2 possessions to start this third quarter. They'd love to build some early momentum.
You ain't lying, because you only got so many possessions here in the second half, so now you're down. I got to maximize every single one. Put your best plays together. Start this drive off on a good note.
Yeah, it starts right here. Obviously, you can't get it all back on this drive, but you can create that momentum. You can create something special and some energy, but it's going to start with this offense here executing at a high level.
From the gun, the ground game. Barrels all the way to the 29, a gain of 6.
Love the push by the offensive line on that RPO play. Look how they just work the single teams and the double teams. You see linemen chipping off of their guys and climbing into the second level and getting a hat on the linebacker. That's why those types of plays are successful.
Looking to convert, they'll go to the Wildcat. Gets the back moving. On the direct snap, it's Singleton. They make the stop, but not before the chains move and the Wildcat formation pays off. They're lining up in the Wildcat. Let's see what they have dialed up for this one. Oh, and he's going backwards. Defense not fooled at all by the Wildcat.
And that's a great job by the defense, understanding exactly the situation, understanding to stay home, play sound. No matter who gets the football, we're going to run to the football hard. We're going to cage the football, be disciplined. Nice job by the defense.
After the run, now to throw. He's got an open man. Finally corralled, but not before. He picked up the first down. Auburn to the line in a hurry.
Man, if I'm a defense, I got to find a way to get some more pressure on the quarterback or disrupt their timing and their rhythm. I can't give them these big chunk plays through the air. I got to be maybe a little bit more aggressive or do something a little bit different.
You honestly can't really do it better than that. You can't. I mean, that was designed to be a pass play. Give the defense credit. They get some pressure. But this guy's just too good. He just instinctively knows when he needs to scramble and get out of dodge. And at that point, he's making good decisions. If a guy's open, he's throwing it. But if it's not, he's not even hesitating. I'm going to go get what I can get a first down with my speed and athleticism. Let's keep this drive rolling.
From the gun, running back on the move. And his molars are probably rattling after that big hit, but he did get the first down.
And another nice gain by the offense. All right, defense, we got to change something up here. They're putting a big drive together, play after play, having a lot of success. How do we break the rhythm? How do we give them something that can create a tackle for a loss or a sack or something to get momentum back on my side?
Caught behind the line. It's Olsen. He's run out of bounds after the big gain, and they are in business, first and goal.
And that's why if you're the offensive coordinator, you've got to find as many ways as possible to get this guy going. Just get him the ball close to the line of scrimmage. Doesn't need to be a throw deep down the field. He's so dynamic when he has the ball in his hands. You saw it right there.
Direct snap. It's Singleton. Touchdown, Tigers. And here they come, almost all the way back. An impressive, long, methodical, meticulous drive ends in points.
They just matriculated the ball down the field, didn't they, Reese? So impressive. Didn't see a lot of explosive plays, but how about the execution? Running and throwing the football. Wow.
He'll bring it out. It's golden. He's brought down at the 16. Would have been much better off to take the touchback. Louisville has it back in the offense, coming out ready to attack. They're still holding the lead, but hoping to flex a little muscle on this drive. Looking to pass. It's Moss. I don't think that's the way they drew it up. Incomplete.
And how nice is it to have the home crowd going absolutely bananas? Communication is harder. They're snapping the football, everybody being on time. Man, this...
Going for the big play. And it's incomplete after taking a shot on second down. They're staring at third.
Well, I like the idea by the offensive play caller here. You're trying to get aggressive. You're trying to find a chunk play, but that time, QB and receiver can't help out.
Third and long, and he'll try to throw for it.
Man, this is exactly what you needed to see from this defense to start the second half. If you're down, you got to create some momentum. You got to get your offense a little bit excited. Nice job creating the sack. Perfect start to the second half for this defense.
Makes the catch inside his 40. And good work by the coverage team to knock down the return man. Now here comes that Auburn offense onto the field again. What a good mix of plays, keeping that defense off balance last time, Dave.
And Reese, they don't know if it's run or if it's pass. They got them right where they want them. This defense doesn't know how to react from getting punched in the mouth on that last drive.
So in this next drive, David, I think you keep running the football because that sets up the play action, it sets up the RPO game, and then you keep this defense guessing.
The Tigers can play this second down a lot of ways with just a few yards to go. Hand off from the shotgun. Tough run gets it into the red zone, and they knock him down at the 17.
And nice job on second down. Maybe you're expecting a pass, but sticking the run in there, catching them off balance a little bit, getting a big gain, getting the first down.
Rush is on him. Tough, determined run gets it down to the 12.
I love fighting for extra yards, and I'm going to encourage every single one of my running backs, receivers, and tight ends to do it. Just not my quarterback. I really got to understand, listen, the play's over, get down on the ground, don't take too many of those big shots.
Going to work on second down in the red zone is still some ground to cover to pick up that first down. Works his way ahead for about 3. It's down at the 8. The terrain gets rough this deep in the red zone. Third down, they can pick up the first without scoring. Scanning the field, it's Knight. Makes the catch. Touchdown, Tiger. They look finished, but they weren't. Still fighting, and we're locked up. He has been surgical. Precision passes. Using the scalpel, the fine instrument, rather than the blunt one.
And the defense has had absolutely no answer for him. Just, he's been down their throats all game long, a step ahead, understanding what he's seeing, and just destroying this defense.
He'll bring it out. It's golden. Pulled down at the 18, and the decision to bring it out of the end zone was not a good one. A little bit backed up to start this drive from their own 18-yard line. Give to Brown. And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield. The Cardinals are in the hurry-up.
Well, the defense didn't have a lot of time to celebrate that last big play because here's the offense right away back at the line of scrimmage, ready to...
And down he goes back at the 3.
I tell you what, man, you better be looking at your puppy dog feet and seeing where they are, Palmer. You don't want to get back in that end zone and bad things happen when you get sacked.
I don't know if you want to even risk this quarterback having to hold on for to the football very much longer after watching that last play. This defense right now is pinning their ears back on this area of the field, and they are getting after him quick.
That's the end of the period, and Auburn has the lead. Let's take a quick look at the national rankings to see how this playoff race is shaping up. When you're dealing with a deficit like this, it's all about somebody stepping up to make a play, and you might as well start here in the fourth quarter. No fall off from the noise or intensity from this crowd as we start the fourth quarter. On fourth down, going to the air. Hauls it in easily enough for the first down. Racing down the left side. Touchdown, Cardinals! They've got the lead here in the fourth. The defense going to stop the clock with a timeout. They want to make sure they have everybody on the same page.
And at this stage of the game in the fourth quarter, big-time players make big plays in big games. What a great job after he secured the catch in the open field, showing off the speed.
They fake it, the kicker's looking to pass. He makes the catch in the end zone, and that trickery works to perfection for the two. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. Fielded in the end zone, it's Kane. Stopped at the 26, brought it out in the end zone, picked up an extra yard. And Auburn is ready to go back to work on offense. This certainly hasn't been their best day, but there's no time for mistakes now. They have to execute if they want to snatch this thing from the fire. Runs ahead and powers his way for 4 yards out to the 30. Solid pickup of 4 on first down. It's 2nd and 6. Looking for a man. It's Knight. Zings it complete to the right. And this one will be stopped for no gain. Big third down coming from their own 31. Defense tries to get off the field. From the gun, wants to pass. There's the pressure. He's stopped right there, short of the first down, and this defense trying to preserve the lead. Quarterback may change this route. On fourth down, they'll pass for it. Throws to the wideout. Makes a catch. First down and maybe a lot more. And he's ruled down right there, but he'll have plenty to move the sticks.
And that was a play they absolutely had to have. Fourth down, down by 1 possession. You've got to find a way. Someone's got to step up and make a play, and they did it right there. That is going to be huge for their confidence.
The Tigers come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Gets it past the marker. Really good surge for this offense. They move the chains, and he's got it at the 34.
First down, physicality wins football games. Being able to run the football and create balance. And right here, just choose up another first down. Gives you another chance to maybe continue to run the football.
And I feel like this guy, too, is just an explosive play waiting to happen. His vision, his quickness, and he's got to burst. If you give this guy just a crease.
No more time to throw. Quarterback is sacked at the 35.
This offense is going to have to come up with a plan to block this guy. He is an absolute monster, and he showed you all his tools on that sack.
And the Tigers now with a long way to go to pick up the first down. Looking for a man. It's Knight. Pressure coming. Trying to make magic on the scramble. Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender.
Well, you're making a positive out of a negative. And that time, quarterback, nice job buying time. He's trying to throw the football downfield. Nothing there. So instead of throwing it away, getting the incomplete, just get what you can get and make this next down more manageable.
They've got to come up with a big play on this 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. He makes the catch. Picks up enough to give them 1st and 10 from the 13.
I'll tell you, this quarterback has just been in a great rhythm all game long. With that last completion, he's now over 300 yards passing.
In search of that tying touchdown. They've moved the chains a couple of times. It's 1st and 10 again. We've reached the 2-minute timeout, and time is of the essence for this offense to get things done. On 1st down from the 13-yard line. Looking to throw on 1st down. Under fire. Quarterback doing what he does best. He can move. They get him down, but he was driving his way and gets it down to the 7-yard line.
You see a lot of quarterbacks get in trouble when they start forcing things. He did a really good job. He wanted to throw the football. You could tell. Drops back, nothing open. It's okay. I'm just going to take off, get what I can get.
And he can't get it off. Taken down. What a huge play this late in the game.
And that's exactly what this defense needed. They needed to have something positive. Giving up some yardage. They've given up some plays. No big deal. Got right back in it on this drive with that big sack.
Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. Tight end now in motion. Dropping back, it's Knight. Into the end zone. Touchdown, Auburn. Quick strike through the air for the score.
And it's decision time now because you score the touchdown, you're down 1 late. Do you want to just kick the extra point, tie it up, hope for overtime? Or do you go for 2? Do you get aggressive? Do you trust your quarterback if he has to throw it here to find an open player and give you the lead, even though there is still going to be some time left on the clock?
On the run from inside his own 5. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. They'd love to put a long drive together here as they start from their own 21. Starts a drive trying to go up top. And he was hit just as he released it, and it falls to the turf.
And I'm so interested to see how this young man responds, man. Like, he has been really good all game long. Put up some big numbers, but now it's prime time. It's a big moment. Can he step up in this spot? Like, make a big drive, make a big play for his team to maybe go win this football game.
Grabbed in the middle. It's Lacey. That one could really put this drive into high gear as they have a 1st down at the 37. Timeout on the field, and everybody want to make sure they're organized as we come down the gut of the game. Looking downfield on 1st down. Finds his man. It's Lacey. Into enemy territory and out of bounds at the 48.
Yeah, when you run those drag routes, it just takes a little bit of know-how. And when I say that, the receiver's got to understand, find space. My quarterback's going to find me. He's looking for that space at the same time. Nice throw, nice catch. Way to get the 1st down.
The sure hands. It's Lacey. On the move at the 30. Touchdown, Louisville! And in the final moments, they've taken the lead.
Man, what a great job with the execution in a moment where you had to have it. You score the touchdown, you take the lead. There's less than a minute to go in this game. All your defense has to do now is get a stop and you win.
The extra point is good, and now in the 4th, they're up by a touchdown and an extra point. They're getting set to kick it away, and that last score took a little oomph out of this crowd. He'll bring it out. It's Kane. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. They'll get this drive going from the 17. Dropping back, it's Knight. Now he's going to break the pocket. Unloads to the wideout. Quarterback needs to make a better throw there. Incomplete.
This really has been a masterclass by the quarterback with decision-making, right? We've already seen him throw multiple touchdown passes in the game. He's understood when to take his shots and when to throw it away when things aren't there, like on that last play.
Quarterback making adjustments. Back to pass. Fires to the wideout. Got his man downfield. Timeout called by the offense. We have 18 seconds left.
This is a shootout. Both offenses up and down the field. They're generating explosive plays. It feels like which team has the ball last may win, but give the quarterback a lot of credit that time because, again, he saw a beautiful look to take a shot into, and he throws an absolute dime.
No time to waste here. They've got to get set and pick up chunk yardage. Motion from the wide receiver. Wants to go up top on first down. Throws to the tight end. It's incomplete, and that also might be what is called a learning experience and one this freshman got away with.
Well, the quarterback off target on that one. And in this 2-minute situation, you've got to be able to call and run passing plays that you feel like you can run in your sleep.
On second down, he'll try to make the connection. He wants a big play here late. He had that one slip to the ground, and if he had held on, that might have been a wrap. Instead, it'll be third down.
I can't believe it. He had a chance to just end the game right there. If the defender makes the catch in the end zone, up a possession, this is ball game. But because he put it on the ground, this offense still has life.
Play action. Here's a throw downfield late. It's incomplete, and this ought to be a boost of confidence for this defense, getting a stop against these guys on third down. Guys, if you want to go strictly by the rankings, I guess this was an upset, but to my eyes, we